66-0, Ohio State beat Kent State on Saturday here at Ohio Stadium. Doug Maurice, Bill Landis, Ari Wasserman. Bill, did that Ohio State team that we saw on Saturday look like a team that can win the Big Ten?
Well, I kind of touched on that in the quick gamer instant analysis thing we do after the game. I asked the question, what do you take from beating a team who's 0-3 and who scored 20 points in 3 games? I don't know. I don't know what you take from it. I think the question, do they look like a team that can win the Big Ten? I think the answer has to be yes, because what we've seen from the Big Ten so far this season hasn't been what I would say impressive.
Don't be mean.
I'm not being mean. But Ohio State today, they looked like a good football team. They scored 66 points. They shut out their opponent. I don't know how you can look at that kind of effort and say, no, this team's not good enough to win the conference. Clearly there are still holes. They still had drop passes today. JT Barrett, I mean, most of his completions are intermediate routes. You still don't know whether or not they can stretch the field with the passing game. So I think there are questions, but I think everyone in the Big Ten has questions. And today Ohio State said that we're at least capable of putting on this kind of display, and maybe we're going to get better from here on out. So, yeah, I think Ohio State could win the Big Ten.
Or you look tall because Bill and I are down a step. What do you think?
It's because I'm 6'3". I don't know if I can come around on a team just yet. I think that Ohio State absolutely did what they had to do against a team that they were much better than in every aspect of the game. The defense didn't let them score points. They scored 66 points. 5 different people caught touchdown passes. JT Barrett threw 312 yards, 6 touchdowns. What else could you possibly ask from this team? To beat somebody. That's what I'll ask. So I think that heading into the Big Ten, Bill's point is valid in the sense that they're probably not going to be playing anybody as good as Virginia Tech for a long time. So if they are onto something here offensively and getting some people some confidence and moving forward, then I think by the time they go to Michigan State, there's a chance they could be undefeated and really be in a situation to compete for this conference in that game. But right now, I don't want to see Ohio State continue to beat up on teams that can't match up from a talent standpoint. I want to see them go out and beat somebody that Virginia Tech that's not great by any stretch of the imagination, but has BCS talent out there.
The Big Ten is a mess. It is a mess. It's worse than any of us thought it would be. Yeah, they could win this conference. There's a lot of things that I liked about Saturday. I liked the guys they rotated on defense. They rotated linebackers, guys in the secondary, guys on the line. I think that was good. I like what you wrote about, Ari, just that I think the offense is finding a little bit of spreading this ball around. That was JT, the distributor, that we saw on Saturday. Not there. They're not there yet. The line was better. JT was better. I think they both need to be substantially better when they play real quality competition. But I don't want people to take too much away from Saturday, but I think you have to give them credit for they did basically everything they could have done on this day after a terrible week. I mean, they're coming off a huge loss. That was a huge loss for this program, and they came out and did that.
66-0. And the way they dominated this game is the way I would have expected last year's team to win this game. Now, I know that there are different types of teams, but to dominate it in every facet, there were no hiccups. Coming off last week, you would have thought, well, Ohio State will go 3 and out a few times. They'll start off slow. They might only be up 14 in the middle of the second quarter. No, they pounded it and pounded it and pounded the entire game, and I think they proved that, at least on this day, that they were the team that they need to set themselves up to be in the future. But like you said, they just have to do it against a team that has some talent out there, and Kent State just doesn't.
And some people thought that would happen. Some people even picked Ohio State to score more than 50 on Saturday.
Smart people.
But don't overreact. Don't overreact to that win, but give them credit for what they did. Bill Landis, Ari Wasserman, I'm Doug Maurice. Thanks for watching here from Ohio Stadium on cleveland.com.